I'm going to go ahead and start the broadcast. It's a few minutes until the official start or whatever, but I've got to do some preparation work. So I'm going to go ahead and do that while we wait. Okay, so I just muted my YouTube, so that's taken care of. Okay, now I think the next thing on my to-do list is to invite some people. So I will do the invites. If I get my screen to work. I'm going to invite. And we're going to invite. Okay. Okay, there's some people we have to invite because of their phone situation or whatever. They don't have laptops or desktops or like that, so they need to get a manual invitation. So I've done that. Okay, the next thing on my list is I need to post the links. So
hello?
Hey, how's it going?
Fine.
I'm posting the links and getting set up. We still have about 10 or 12 minutes before we actually officially get started, so.
It's fine, yeah?
Okay. Have you
Just
heard of it? Go ahead.
just a bit ill.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Just a bit just a bit of hay fever.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's been raining here every day, so we don't have to worry about hay fever. We do have to worry about floods.
Oh, God.
Okay,
How
so
unlucky.
I'm gonna let everybody on the YouTube page. Go ahead.
Destiny's at work.
Yeah, but I sent her an invitation
Yeah.
anyway because she might get off early or whatever. And I want her to have it available.
Yeah.
I'm getting better at this.
Yeah.
I want to let everyone on the YouTube side know that they should go ahead and refresh their YouTube page because I've just posted the link. So
Yeah.
that should be coming up in a minute or so. I got to post one more place.
Yep. Just going to let my mum know that we're starting early because I thought it would be 10 o'clock tonight. Stupid
Okay.
me. My phone said 10 o'clock. Mum! Stupid me. I've just knocked something over.
Oh gosh. Okay.
That's the downside of being visually impaired, you see.
Yeah.
Knocking things over in my room. Mum! Oh, she's not in. Michelle! My call started early. My sister, just letting her know.
I think that might have actually been me. On the Google Hangouts, the time is set right, but when I do it through YouTube, the time is set wrong. It thinks I'm in a different time zone.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Stupid time zones.
Yeah, but I try to make sure it's
Yeah.
I'm trying to make sure it's 2 p.m. my time, which I think is 8 p.m. your time or whatever. So
Yeah, it is. It's 8 p.m. our time. Yeah.
okay, okay. I'm just going to post this now, or copy, or paste it,
You
whatever you
might
want to
you
call it.
might lose me at 8 o'clock because my alarm goes off.
Okay, well, you still have
But
the invitation.
I'll have to come back. I'll have to come back in.
Okay, but you still have the invitation, right? I mean,
I
will
think
you
so.
need
Yeah.
it? Okay, well, if not, I can send you an invitation. I've got that down pat. Uh,
Yeah.
Pat, have you heard of a young man named Jamal Williams?
Yeah. I think so.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, he's doing a hangout right now for social anxiety or whatever.
Yeah.
I think some of the members of our group are going to hook up with him because I'm sure many of us have social anxiety. So that should be, and plus his goes on till 5:30.
Does it?
So yeah, 5:30 my time, which I think would be 11:30 your time,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, so after we adjourn here, I may go over there and visit him. So
All right.
yeah, but we're real. Uh, things are going
Yeah.
on. Things are going
Yeah.
on, and we've got some people that are a little bit burned out as far as our hosts are concerned or whatever.
Yeah.
But so that's the downside. And Jamie's going to have a hangout Monday. I just got that
I'm
notification.
not going to be there because I'm out at a meal on Monday night.
Okay, I thought you might have your therapy on Monday night.
Yeah, therapy's Monday day.
Monday day. Okay, okay. Well, but anyway, so she's going to come back, and then we're doing some networking with the post-traumatic stress disorder community or whatever, and they're setting
Yeah.
up a program. They're going to do art and stuff.
Yeah.
Nat Lopez is the guy's name who's spearheading that effort or whatever.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. If you lose me, you'll have to send me another invitation at 8
okay,
o'clock.
okay, I can do that. That's no biggie. I can do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So you'll know if you've lost me anyway.
Yeah, I'll know for sure. So
Yeah.
that's kind of what's going on. I'm just checking my to-do list to make sure I've done everything. Yeah, I think I have. So we'll just wait for the other people to come in.
Yeah.
We've had a little bit of a drama in our groups too, but I think that's kind of
Yeah.
gone down. That's kind of gone down or whatever. We're trying to figure out how to deal with trolls and basically I think the general consensus is that we're just going to eliminate them. You know, cut them off at the knees. Not even give them the time of day.
What's happened, basically?
Well, we have these people, you've heard of them, these people that come up and they always make the negative comments or whatever,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Things like that.
there was one posted on a comment I made to Jamie's video or whatever,
Yeah.
and Jamie deleted it immediately, but of course it came to my email, so I got to see it or whatever, and it was
Yeah.
just rather childish, ugly kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Not even
Nasty.
not even worth the time of day or whatever. But anyway, we're going to go forward. Joey's going to do his Friday night thing every Friday, and that's going really well. That
I
is
couldn't
going,
make it because it's the wrong time for me.
yeah, and but
But
hopefully we're going to,
I watch it on a Saturday and it goes really well.
yeah, it does. Last night went really, really well, and it makes a great podcast or whatever.
Yeah.
So we've got that to look forward to, and then like I say, all these other groups are going well. Social anxiety and other things. So
I'm thinking of hosting one, but I don't know how to do it.
well, didn't you try to do it once before?
Yeah, but it didn't seem to go to plan because
Okay.
I kind of lost connection.
Yeah. Well, I mean they're difficult to figure out or whatever. So
Yeah, they are.
to get everything
Yeah.
set. So
I've had a rough week this week with people inside and that. I've had a rough week.
Your altars?
Yeah, switching and that. Kind of. It's been a bit of a rough week.
Yeah.
But we've had a friend die and stuff.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, so it's been kind of a rough week.
Yeah, I can understand that.
We've had kind of a rough week, and we've also kind of lost an altar in our system. An altar died, so a new one came out.
That's
very hard to deal with.
yeah. I'm getting notifications from the other Hangout. It's almost like I'm in two Hangouts at the same time. I wish I could do that. Wouldn't that be so neat? But but I think I've got enough to do to handle with my Hangout or whatever. So
yeah.
And that's why I've got my earphones on, because I keep hearing that doing or whatever.
I'm not.
Well, I hear it, but it's only in my earphones, because when people send messages or whatever, then it makes that doing.
Yeah. So. Weird noise. I just feel so sick at the minute.
I'm sorry to hear that. I woke up feeling pretty good, and then all of a sudden I feel kind of tired. So I don't know what's going on with that.
Me and all. I woke up feeling really this morning. Really weird.
I've started a new exercise program. I'm doing something called Qigong or whatever. It's a Chinese. It's kind of like Tai Chi or whatever.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Except it's a little bit more involved, and I tell you what, it is like dynamite.
Yeah.
I do 3 minutes of a special exercise I designed myself, and man, I feel like I'm bouncing off the walls. It's better than a cup of coffee.
Whoa.
So, yeah. I mean, it's kind of weird to explain, but it's like there's energy all around us, and then once we can tap into that energy, it flows through us or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's the chi part of it. So it's really interesting.
Sounds it.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if anything's going on the YouTube side. Okay, no
one seems to be coming in.
Yeah, well, we're still a little bit early, and Jamal's got his thing going on, so.
As well, yeah.
Yeah, I popped in and said hello to him or whatever. I just met him last night in Joy's Hangout, so.
In Joy's Hangout, yeah.
Yeah, and of course he stayed up late, and then the guy from Saudi Arabia was with us again last night, so he was real interesting. So.
Yeah.
So we got about 2 more minutes, and then I'll make the official start. I'm going to change up the questions this week.
Yeah.
And this may also be the week where I actually ask questions or whatever, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, when my alarm goes off, I might be able to get back in, so because I can easily get back in.
Well, I'll send you.
Yeah, I might be able to get back in, but if not, you'll have to send me another invitation.
Well, I'll just send you another invitation anyway. How's that?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that way we're covered on either case.
What? You'll just ring me again?
Yes, ma'am. That's what I'll do. That is, give me practice. I need to practice these things. So what's the weather like in merry old England?
It's a bit dull. It's a bit chilly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know Joey's been having some chilly weather up in New Jersey, so.
Yeah.
And our weather's been mild, but it's only because it's been so cloudy, you know.
It's been sunny, but it's.
Okay. Did we just lose you, Jake? Okay, so I'm going to send Jake another, or Anastasia, another invitation. Okay, so I sent her another invitation, and her alarm went off. So, but we're going to go ahead and get started, and we're going to get started with the housekeeping as people join or whatever.
Hello, Marvin.
Are you back?
Yes, I'm back.
Excellent. I'm just going over the housekeeping things like I always do or whatever. So as people try to make their way in, and as always, I ask that if you have your YouTube page open, that you please mute it. I don't care that you have it open, but if you mute it, it will cut back on all that reverberation we sometimes have.
I don't think I've got any anyway.
But just to let the other people know.
Yeah.
And we're going to keep it PG because this is being archived forever, for as long as YouTube exists. So I ask that you stick to I statements. We are not here to judge anybody or to do therapy on anybody, but we are here to share lots of respect for each other and just really to encourage each other.
Yeah.
And we are open to everybody who's interested in a DID, and I've opened it up to people that have trauma. So those
PTSD,
folks, yes, ma'am. So those folks are open or welcome to or whatever. And okay, so and I would encourage other people to check out other hangouts or whatever, not just mental health hangouts, but lots of hangouts going on YouTube for things that you might be interested in, music or sports or whatever you're interested in. There's probably a hangout for it or whatever. So, okay. Anastasia, do you have any comments you want to add?
Not for housekeeping, no.
Okay, well, Joy had a great hangout last night or whatever. He's going to continue to do his every Friday night. Chance, welcome. We're just going over some housekeeping details where I'm finishing up with that. Anastasia's with us. I remembered to send her a link this time, so she's with us.
Yep.
And as I was saying, Joy had a great hangout last night, and you can catch that you know, on YouTube. And then Jamie's going to have one Monday. I'm not sure about the times on that. I think it's going to be
16 to it's 7 o'clock our time. I know that.
Okay, which I think it'll be.
I think it's 4 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, I think it's 3 p.m. Central Time or whatever. But
I think
but anyway, so she's going to have one, and I think Jessica's going to try to do one maybe once or twice a month now or whatever, because she's got school and family and everything, and she's a little bit burned out, so she needs a break, so, and rightfully so. And I wanted to mention again that a young man named Jamal Williams is having a hangout for people that are socially, I don't know, that have social not social avoidance.
Social anxiety.
Social anxiety. Okay, so he's having a hangout right now, and that's going to last till 5:30 my time. So I may when we finish up here, I may pop in and join him over there or whatever. Anyway, we're trying to network with other mental health hangouts or whatever, so that we can provide more places to hang in, and so many of our issues are comorbid. Is that the word I'm looking for? If you have one, you have another one or whatever. So that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. So, okay, so that's all I've got for housekeeping. And as I said earlier, I'm going to change up the questions. And this may be the last hangout we have questions. So we just may throw out topics, or people can bring their own topics or whatever. So kind of what Joy does, and it seems to work out for him. But these questions I stole. I'll just be honest about it. There's a show called Inside the Actor Studio, and I forget the guy's name that hosts it or whatever. But normally he interviews actors or whatever, and a long, really involved interviews for 1 hour or 2 hours sometimes. Anyway, there's a list of questions he always asks them toward the end of the interview, and they're called. I want to say Proust, but I believe his name is pronounced Proust, a famous author. But anyway, these are the questions he answered or whatever. So that's kind of the history of the thing. But the first question is, what is your favorite word?
Oh, that's easy.
Okay.
Spoff.
Spoff. Okay. Yeah. My favorite word is chancellor. And I know that sounds like a weird choice, but there's just so much in that word, the history and everything, and what all the chancellors do and what they have done and everything. So that's kind of my favorite word right now. Chance, do you have a favorite word right now?
Mine would probably be marshmallow.
Okay.
Because there is no possible way to say it in an angry voice.
There you go. Next time I get angry, I'll just say marshmallow 10 times.
That's why I use the word spoff, because spoff, spoff, spoff.
Yeah. Okay, and then the second question is, what is your least favorite word?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm trying to think.
I'm trying to think. Hate.
Yeah.
I was leaning towards angry.
Yeah.
Just like the concept of the word more than the word itself.
Yeah.
I hate the word hate.
Yeah. I think the least favorite word for me would be something like Holocaust. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Words like that. I just don't even like to think about words like that or whatever.
I don't like the word death.
Yeah, that too. Okay, and then this question. It sounds like it's a leading question, but well, I'll change it in my head. So, what excites you? I'll go ahead and start. I basically study 4 subjects: psychology, philosophy, history, and spirituality. So those are the things that turn me on. You know, get me motivated or whatever. So
being around. Well, I'm with. This is going to sound weird.
go ahead.
I'm with one of my alters in a relationship, and that person is the one thing that being around that Christian, that person is the one thing. Being around them is the one thing that excites me, because his feelings make me smile.
Yeah. Well, there's a psychology called transactional analysis or whatever, and one of the things that they want you to do is to build an interior family. If let's say your family wasn't the best family, or maybe you're missing a parent or whatever, you can actually rebuild those parts inside of you. So I see nothing wrong with that. Chance, what motivates you?
I think it would be along the lines of accomplishing things. Like actually getting something done.
Okay. Cool. Okay. I'm getting more things done. I was telling Jake earlier, I started doing some qigong
Jake?
exercises. I'm sorry,
Jake?
Anastasia. I'm looking at your profile here and I see it. I'm thinking it away, but I know you're Anastasia. But
Yeah.
I've started qigong exercises, and I just have tons of energy now, and I'm doing things that would with ease that would take me like minutes to motivate myself to do or whatever. Like I cleaned my bathroom yesterday or whatever, and it was like nothing, you know. It was like just go in there, clean it,
Yeah.
and be done with it. So, okay, and then the opposite of that question is question number 4, and that is what demotivates you? What kind of turns you off?
Oh, not getting enough sleep.
That would do it.
I would have to agree with Anastasia on that.
Yeah. I'm getting less and less tolerance for negative people, you know, because I just
Yeah.
as I get older, I realize my time is short or whatever, and I just don't want to be around people that are going to be like an energy drain, you know. So that's where I'm at or whatever. So
Yeah, negative people don't do it for me either.
no, just go be negative by yourself someplace, and hopefully you'll figure it out later on. But don't bring me down too. Okay,
Yes.
question number 5. What sound or noise do you love?
Babies.
Babies.
Any little cutesy noise that a baby makes just makes me smile constantly.
Wow.
Music.
Wow. Music?
People singing.
I like the sound. This is going to sound kind of strange, but I like 2 sounds. I like waterfalls because the water's in motion, and then I also like the sound that an engine makes, like off of an aircraft or something.
Yeah.
Revving up, because there again, it's motion or whatever. So
Yeah. I like the sound of water, and I like the sound of people singing.
cool. Okay. And then the next sound is what sound or noise do you hate?
Oh, people
Screeching.
snoring.
Yeah.
People snoring and ambulances.
Yeah.
Oh God, ambulances! My God.
Yeah.
I hate the sound of ambulances. So do I.
I think if I lived in Oklahoma, I would probably hate the sound of sirens. You know, every time there's a tornado.
Oh.
But nails on a blackboard. I think that's the classic answer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, and then this one is kind of like the first question, but what is your favorite slang word right now?
The one I use the most often is Okies.
Okay.
It's OKIES.
I don't. The one in English we use a lot is Modver.
Well, what does that mean?
Modver means idiot.
Okay.
Oh, you stupid Modver.
Okay.
Stupid Modver.
The one I like right now is snafu, and I tend to work it into all these hangouts that I'm a part of. And so far we haven't had one. So keep your fingers crossed.
Yay!
But that.
So far we haven't had any Modvers in here.
There you go. But I heard the word snafu was used during World War II, and it's each letter stands for something else or whatever. So it's kind of like an abbreviation.
Yeah.
But I thought that was kind of neat because it's a word that hasn't been around for a long time, but we're using it all the time. So.
Life is a pile of spoff.
There you go. So
I love that word.
This question is, well, just what would your favorite job be? If you could do anything, what would you do for a job?
A psychiatrist, because I love helping people.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm actually going to school for social work.
There you go. There you go. If you'd asked me 5 or 10 years ago, I would have said a pastor of a church or whatever. But as I've learned and I've grown, I've got a lot of problems with churches, and we may talk about that a little bit later on or whatever. But right now, some kind of healing. I feel that I'm a healer, and that would include counseling. It would also include the energy psychology I've been practicing on or whatever. So that's and I'm moving in that direction slowly but surely. I'm moving in that direction or whatever, and hopefully I'll have a healing practice of some kind or whatever. It'll be complementary healing.
Well, that's cool.
Not to replace anything, but to go along with things, and that would be my ideal job because I get to research, I get to talk, I get to work one-on-one with people, all the things that a pastor does, but I don't have the ability to worry about or whatever. So okay, then the opposite of that question would be, what would your least favorite job be?
Office work.
Paramedic, because I don't like the sight of blood.
Yeah, yeah. I think to me, I don't think I like to work in a nuclear reactor or something like that. You know, I'd be afraid of something going wrong or whatever. You know.
Yeah.
So
anything that's monotonous for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to stay busy and stay interested for me to enjoy it.
Well, I've had a lot of monotonous jobs, and daydreaming has helped me keep those jobs or whatever, you know. So I mean, when you're at a machine for 8 hours, it does the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah.
You get to where you can kind of keep your eye on the job and also kind of daydream a little bit or whatever. So. But I actually found those jobs to be kind of like almost like a meditation, you know. It was real neat. I mean, it's kind of spooky, but also real neat at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the question that the man always ends with, and it is: if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Oh.
I'm trying to think of how to phrase it, but
Yeah, I mean, you know.
I would say along the lines of, like, with all of the stuff that I've had to go through in life, that, like, welcome to your reward.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say
Like,
the same thing.
I'd like to think that there's a reason we go through the things we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say the similar thing.
Yeah, I would like to hear, you know, Scott, at least you tried to help people. Sometimes you did and sometimes you didn't, but at least you were trying to help people. That's what I would like to hear.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I've got a bonus question, and this is in regards to the Hangouts and to the formats of my Hangout particularly, but where do we go from here? What would y'all like to see in these Hangouts?
I don't know.
Well, my plans are, you know, I feel like I'm a big part of the DID community and also the trauma community or whatever. So I'm thinking about just throwing it open to mental health in general.
Yeah.
And maybe even starting to do a little bit of advocacy, you know.
Yeah, advocacy is a good idea.
Well, I was thinking about if there was a politician we wanted to reach, and all of us sent an email, and had all of our friends send an email, we could have some kind of an impact or whatever. So I'm just thinking about along those lines or whatever. So So that is basically. Oh, I did want to talk about the Methodist Church in England. Have y'all heard about that story?
No.
No, no.
Okay. Well, I heard on the BBC, so they are covering it or whatever. But
Yeah,
for the last 50 or 60 years, there's been abuse in the Methodist Church in England, just like the Catholic Church, just like so many other churches or whatever. But
yeah,
they are finally bringing it to light, and they're going to address these issues, and some of the issues go back for 50 or 60 years or whatever. And on the one hand, it's disturbing because we look to the church uh, to help us, and
yeah,
evidently the church itself needs a lot of help. And I think part of the problem is has anyone seen the movie American Sniper?
no.
Yes.
Okay, well it it might be triggering or whatever, but in the movie it's about an American soldier who goes over to Iraq and Afghanistan or whatever, and he's a sharpshooter. He takes out bad guys or whatever. And anyway, and in one of the early scenes, his dad tells him there are three types of people in the world. There are sheep, there are wolves, and there are sheepdogs. And he
Yeah,
looks at his son and he says, "Which one are you going to be?" or whatever. And the story is, of course, the guy goes up to be a sheepdog. He's going to protect the sheep or whatever. And I was
yeah,
thinking about that. I mean, you have the same kind of dynamics in the church, where we have victims and rescuers and
yeah,
and mean people or whatever, and it's all wrapped up. Uh, well, it's especially wrapped up in the Catholic Church, where you go into a sanctuary and you see the crucifix. I mean, most churches have a life-size crucifix, and you see Jesus on the cross being crucified or whatever. And I
yeah,
thought to myself, I mean, that's the axis around which the whole, not just the Catholic Church, but in most Christian churches, that's the axis around which the whole church revolves. And
yeah.
it's basically a story of child abuse. You know, I did something
Exactly.
I did something wrong, so Jehovah the Father is going to punish Jesus, my brother, and who's totally innocent or whatever or whatever. I thought to myself, is that the paradigm that we want to have in our churches, and does that make it self-perpetuating? You know, that we're going to have people in church that are going to take advantage of other people in church or whatever. I don't know. It's just a lot to think about. But that's one of the thoughts that I was having this week. I'm glad that the Methodist Church is doing this. The Methodist Church is one of my favorite churches. It was my grandmother's church, and she always wanted me to join that church. And I did go for a while or whatever, but I just never felt, the need to join that church. But so I'm glad they've opened the worms, and now we can get the worms out of the can and work on this or whatever. So, but that's just one of the thoughts that I had this week. So I guess I'll throw it open to whatever anybody wants to talk about. So
I'm just glad they're getting it sorted because it's just wrong that it's been covered up all these years.
yeah, well, the Catholic Church it's been drips and drabs. They let a little bit out, let a
Yeah,
little bit out, but
yeah,
but the Methodist Church, they've let it all out.
yeah,
They had an independent authority investigate their church, go through all these cases, and evidently there's a report that's been released that covers everything.
yeah,
And the only names that have been changed, as far as I know, are the names of the victims.
yeah.
To give them some kind of protection or whatever.
Protection, yeah.
Yeah. But churches have got a lot to do in terms of modernizing, and not just Christian churches, but I saw a little thing this morning on Facebook, you know, people all the time posting inspirational things, whatever, and it's a quotation from the Dalai Lama. I'm probably not going to get it exactly right, but the Dalai Lama says, once you stop blaming other people and just accept the reality that you created everything in your life, you're going to have joy and peace. And I thought to myself, that sounds nice. That sounds nice, but it's a sneaky way of blaming the victim. And the
Yeah,
Dalai
exactly.
the Dalai Lama, I don't blame him for the Chinese invasion of Tibet. I blame the Chinese. You know, the
Yeah.
monks were just up there trying to live and have a happy life and be peaceful and everything. The Chinese come in, and so I don't think he really believes that or whatever. But I do believe we should the serenity prayer. You know, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference or whatever. So
Yeah.
I do think we can load the dice. I do think there's much in our lives we can't control, but I think there's a lot in our lives we can't control. So, okay.
So that's what's been going on this week.
Yeah, for me, there's been other things. There's been the weather.
Yeah.
Chance just kind of turned off her mic, so she may be having a smoke break or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's what's been going on for me this week.
You sort of
really
know
been,
what. Yeah. Well, for me this week, a friend died, and it's been hell this week.
Yeah.
And an altar died, and it's been kind of hell this week.
Well, I've had parts of me come back to. I don't want to say come back to life, but wake back up.
Yeah.
I'll use that terminology. And
Yeah.
The political side of me has woke back up or whatever, and so I'm doing another hangout based on politics. So that's exciting for me.
That's cool.
So I'm gonna check and see if anyone's watching us or whatever.
Yeah.
It only shows that one person's watching us, and that may actually be me. So I don't know.
That's ridiculous. No one's actually come in apart from me and Chance.
Yeah, like I said, there's another one going on, and it's still early. Sometimes
Yeah, it's
Joy
still early, isn't it?
and sometimes Joy doesn't even wake up until now or whatever. But
yeah.
So
Joey doesn't even wake up till now, does he?
sometimes he actually posted a video this morning. It was rural, and he had an idea that if you gave everybody $1 million when they were 16 years old, and they had to work for 20 years, you know.
Yeah.
And that $1 million, if it was managed wisely, would carry them throughout the rest of their lives or whatever. And that's a pretty neat idea.
Yeah.
I mean, our economy is so screwed up, and it's all based on greed.
Exactly.
You know, it's not based on the idea of sharing anymore. It's all based on the idea of greed. I'm going to take care of me and my family. I hope you can take care of you and your family or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I've been worried about a friend all week as well. She's had to go to the hospital because she's not doing good.
Oh, what's wrong with her?
Psychiatric problems. She's depressed.
Yeah.
Severely depressed.
Well, hopefully they can take care of that, because that's no joke. I was going through YouTube pages or whatever, and somebody was talking about someone that had actually committed suicide, and nobody knew they were depressed. But he left his suicide note and told. In fact, he was doing YouTube videos with his wife on exercise videos or whatever.
Yeah.
And
it's not good.
No, I guess one day he had had enough or whatever, and
Yeah,
so
it's not good.
My dad called on Tuesday that he got diagnosed with cancer,
What kind of cancer?
non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Oh
Now,
God.
can they arrest that with medicine?
Supposedly the exact type he has a 90% recovery rate.
Well, that's good news. Whatever.
That's brilliant news.
Yeah.
I know
So
with
I'm trying to look on the bright side of things and be like, yeah, it's cancer, but it's a curable kind.
well, that's good. That's very good. I know a lot of times with the cancer, they can't correct it, but they can stop it in its tracks, so that it doesn't go any further or whatever. But
Yeah.
it sounds like your father's prognosis might even be better than that. So.
Yeah.
Well, we'll keep your father in our thoughts and prayers. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's supposedly starting chemo in about a week, so.
Okay.
Good luck to him, and I hope it goes all right for him.
Yeah, we went out to lunch today because once he starts chemo, he's not going to be able to get out very much.
Yeah.
No, because of the side effects and everything.
The side effects, and it also eats at your immune system, and if he gets sick while he's on chemo, that's usually what kills people with cancer.
Yeah.
Is getting sick.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Which is not good.
No.
Yeah.
No. How long will his course? Do they know how long he'll be on the chemo?
He told me, but it didn't quite make sense. 6 to 8 times for every 3 weeks for like. All I remember is I asked him. My sister's getting married in September.
Okay.
And I asked him if he's still going to be able to make the wedding, and he said no.
Oh, so several months.
So he's going to be on chemo for a while.
Okay. And it sounds like he may have to go once or twice a week to get the shots or how they administer it or whatever. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
That's not good.
No, but I mean, he's
at least he's gonna get better though.
Yeah. He's got hope or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because some people don't even have that.
Yeah. Well, I had a neighbor. She had pancreatic cancer or whatever, and she went into the hospital and never came back home.
No.
I mean, she was gone in like 4 or 5 weeks. From the time they diagnosed it or whatever till the time she actually made her transition.
Yeah, so. I mean, when I saw him today, he seemed to be doing pretty good, so.
Yeah. Well, I'm a big believer in what they call Western allopathic medicine or whatever.
Yeah.
Because that's the life-saving medicine, and then but. After that, if your father's agreeable, I would have him look into some of the complementary things or whatever,
Yeah.
To maybe help it to keep it from coming back. So. Yeah. But it's been a tough week for you guys. The only thing I've had to worry about this week has been the weather.
Yeah.
And. Unfortunately, the weather you get in Austin and the weather they get in Dallas, it either comes through Houston or it comes by Houston or whatever. And they're saying that our rivers are not going to crest for another couple of days or whatever. So.
Yeah.
So, but hopefully June will be a drier month. I'm hoping or whatever because there are some things that I'd like to get out and do. When the weather's nasty and when they're saying floods, I mean, Chance, you've probably been through Houston.
Yeah.
Some of the old roads are not built very well, and the underpasses actually go underground, so they flood.
Oh my God.
Yep.
They flood. you're driving. There's a road called the Allen Parkway, and it's one of the oldest roads in Houston or whatever. And you can drive into water that's above the height of your car or whatever. And we had some, and they have warning signs, whatever. But if it's late at night and you're on your way home, you don't read the warning signs or whatever. Especially if you just moved here. And what they need to do, they need to have crossbars or something like a railroad crossing. Just have a crossbar that comes down so people wouldn't drive through them or whatever. And we even had some of the freeways to flood, and normally the freeways are built like maybe 10 feet higher than the rest of the ground or whatever. So it's been really freakish down here. So
that's not good.
No, I just been a homebody this week. I got in the truck one day and drove around the neighborhood and just to make sure everything was working. And they were cleaning out some of the ditches in my neighborhood to make sure the water would flow better. So I don't know. But that's the thing about Texas. If you don't like the weather, it'll change. So.
Oh God. It's bright and sunny right now. So.
Yeah, it is here too, but they're predicting showers for later on this afternoon. So.
Yep.
And we generally get one of those. So.
Oh my God.
I'm just ready for the rain to be over.
Yeah,
I just
me
nearly
too.
fell off my bed. I just nearly fell off my bed. That's what's happening right now. I just nearly fell off my bed.
Okay. Well, I hope you get yourself situated better. But
Yeah.
you know what I'd like to see is, of course, we're going to have hurricane season here in a couple of days. But what I'd like to see is a high pressure system just plop its butt down over central Texas for about a week and give us, I know it'd get hot, but it'd give us a chance to at least dry out or whatever.
Yeah.
And we're going to need about a week of no rain for us to dry out.
Oh my God. The weather's ridiculous there then.
Well, we're supposed to get 6 inches of rain in the month of May for the Houston area.
Oh my God.
And we got 24 inches. So
that's unbelievable.
And the amount of rain we get a year is like 48 to 52 inches. So we got half our rain for the year in 1 month or whatever.
Oh my God, that's unbelievable.
So that's kind of the weird situation we find ourselves in. But we'll make it through. Now when I first moved down here, I was kind of stupid, and we had a flood. And I thought to myself, I'll go to church anyway. And I drove through some high water. The water was, if I had opened the door to the car, the water would have come in. It was about, I guess, maybe a foot high or whatever. Anyway, after I got through, I realized I had no brakes. The water had gotten to my brakes, and so I had no brakes. Luckily, I was going slow, and I was one of the few, what was that word you used earlier?
Spoff.
Yeah, I was one of the few spoffs on the road or whatever. So I nursed it back to the house or whatever and was able to stop it and everything. And then the next day, of course, the brakes had dried out. But that was it could have been a lot worse. You know, it only takes a foot of water to move a car. People see these low areas and they think, oh, there's only a foot of water. But once you get in there, that foot of water can actually move 2 tons, and you can be swept away.
I've heard it's actually 6 inches.
Okay, well, I'd heard a foot, but
if the water's moving and if the water is moving pretty fast, 6 inches can do it.
Okay, then that'd have to do with mass times velocity and all that kind of physics stuff that I was never very good at. So
all it really has to do is get under the tires.
What time is it?
My time is 2:40, so I think your time would probably be 8:40.
8:40, so 20 minutes till medication time.
Okay, well, we won't let you.
Oh no, I'll do it while I'm on the call anyway, but it's not.
Okay, but we'll try not to let you forget about that or whatever. So
yeah. 20 minutes till medication time. What's going on?
Nothing. I'm just having a moment here where I'm trying to think of what to say next. So there's still only 3 of us in the room right now. So
Life is a pile of stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
I got a message on YouTube. Let me check and see what that is. Okay.
Who the spoff?
Well, Jamie just invited me to the hangout on Monday or whatever. I thought she already did that, but maybe she's doing it again. So
Yeah, maybe she's doing it again. Oh, bless her.
yeah.
Bless her.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I didn't get to come to Joey's last night.
I didn't either, because it's the wrong time for me, Chance. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had plans with a friend.
Okay, well...
We sat at a coffee shop for a couple hours.
Yeah, well, we don't want to take away anybody's... I mean, if you have a chance to be around live people and hang out that way, that would be the preference. So
yeah,
we have no problems with that. Just to update you on what's going on as far as the hangouts, Jessica is a little bit burned out, so she's
I've seen some of her videos this week.
Yeah, well, she's got school and family, and her partner's brother has cancer, and it's not the good kind. So
yeah,
and so she's dealing with all that. So she's having to cut back a little bit. I think she's going to try to do her hangouts maybe once or twice a month. I think maybe Jamie the same way, because Jamie has a family and a business. So
yeah.
So but me and Joy, knock on wood, we're going to keep doing ours on a weekly basis or whatever. And also we're gonna build the network and plug into other people that are into the mental health area, whatever. So there's going to be lots of places to plug in. So
I've thought about trying to start a hangout, but I don't know if I'd be able to handle it.
Well, it's a lot of responsibility. Now I know Joy, he'll sign up and be your technical advisor or whatever, and if I'm not doing anything, I can actually be your co-host or whatever, and and that's the way I think it should be. But the format that the Google has is like one person is in total control or whatever. I'd like I said last week, I'd like to see it where you can have 2 or 3 hosts and maybe 1 or 2 guests or whatever, and then you'd have another tier of people that could participate, and then maybe the 3rd tier would be people watching or whatever. But
whoa! I just literally fell off my bed.
Oh gosh!
I'm not joking. I've just hurt myself, and it's triggered a switch as well.
I'm sorry.
It's triggered a switch.
Okay. So do you need to take a moment to compose yourself, or?
No, I'm fine. It's Christian.
Okay, well, welcome to the hangout.
Hey.
We're just kind of being low key, just being light. We're trying to take the pressure off these hangouts. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if I started one, it'd probably be similar to Joey's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But probably earlier in the week, like a Tuesday maybe.
Yeah.
So just kind of unwind a little bit earlier in the week.
Yeah.
But
earlier in the week, whoa.
Yeah. Well, just if you want to do a trial run or whatever, I think me and Joy would be available to help you out, and we'll just see how it goes. I think now what Jamie and Jessica want to do is their idea was to have a different host every week.
Yeah.
So Jessica the first week, Jamie the second week, maybe me the 3rd week, and maybe you or Joy the 4th week or whatever. So we could probably work something out like that too. So
yeah.
But we don't want this to be a high pressure situation. I'm fairly lucky. I'm living with my father, and I don't really have that many bills right now, and I don't have a family of my own, so I've got plenty of spare time. And plus, I just enjoy these hangouts.
We have quite a lot of spare time as well. We don't have a family of our own. We live with our mum as well.
Same here.
Yeah. Well, for you, Christian, you might want to check in with Jamal and see if you can't build maybe a little bit of a larger network in the UK, because I know the time factor is a big deal or whatever. So
time is ridiculous.
yeah, we had like I say, Jamal was with us last night. Of course, I guess in his house he had to keep the mic off for fear of waking somebody, and then of course. Ali was with us last night, and he said it was no problem because he works for himself, so he can make his own hours. But it was like
the 11:30 finish is going to be a problem because my sister has go to bed because she's working tomorrow.
Okay, yeah. Well, I know you've got to take your meds here in about a quarter of an hour too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the hay fever's really bothering you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So is the asthma.
Yeah. Well, if there is a bright spot to all this rain we've been having, it's knocked out all the pollen in the air. So that may be the one. That may be the one.
You're lucky spoffer.
Yeah. So that may be the one bright spot in this whole mess of rain.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Mm.
We've got therapy on Monday.
Oh gosh.
We've got therapy on Monday, and I'm not looking forward to it at all.
Okay. Well, I've got some comments on the YouTube side from Angie Lupus Life. She's one of Nate's friends, and they're going to do this.
Yeah.
They're going to do like a 4-week rotation with art therapy and trauma or whatever. And she says, happy to be catching this live today. What's everybody's age? Was hoping to ask some questions, but thinking no one is seeing the chat. Go on, take off. Have a wonderful day. Well, that was my fault because I wasn't paying attention to the chat. But I did post a link, so she could have gotten in if she wanted to. But that's okay. My age, I'll be 50 in August, so.
I'll be 26. I'll be 26 in September.
Okay.
For us, the body is 32.
Okay.
The body is 25 now, but.
Yeah, but me, the host, I'm 17.
Okay.
So.
The host, the body is 25, but me, Christian, I'm 27.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I feel like I'm 40. So. If I had
Jerry, the host, is 25. The body's 25, but me, Christian, I'm 27.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I dropped the ball on that one, but oh well, she knows we're here, so.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of feel really lightheaded.
Yeah. You feel a switch coming on?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, hello. It's Anastasia.
Welcome back.
Yeah. Oh, that was really weird.
Yeah. Christian was just telling us that your sister has to work tomorrow, so.
Yeah. She does.
Mm-hmm.
She works at Boff. She works at Tesco.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, she has to work tomorrow, so we won't be able to make Jamal's hangout because we have to be in bed, and she has to be in bed.
Yeah.
So, we won't be able to stay up that late.
That's understandable. Mm-hmm.
We don't want to disturb her, you see.
No, I can certainly understand that. So I've worked a lot of retail jobs in my day, and if I go back to work, as a part-time to augment my income, it'll probably be in retail or whatever. So hopefully
Yeah.
I'll pick some better companies. They're actually starting to raise their wages here in America. I know Target and Walmart and what was the other one?
Well, they're not in the UK.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Well, our economy is starting to improve just a little bit. Unemployment is,
My mum works at Tesco as well.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
She's not working tomorrow.
yeah. I know your prime minister is trying to get a better deal from the European Union. So
Yeah.
hopefully, if he does that, that will improve y'all's economy somewhat. So
Hopefully. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh man, I feel sick. Ugh.
Hmm.
Nearly medication time.
Okay. Well.
That's probably because it's nearly medication time as well.
Okay. Well, whatever you need to do, go ahead and do it. So we're open campus here, as I like to say. So.
I don't think it's 9 o'clock yet though.
No, not quite. I think
No,
you
you
still
got
got
about
about.
10 more minutes.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Last night was really fuzzy. I went to bed. Well, we went to bed last night, and Christian was out, and I woke up this morning and Ketsia came out.
Hmm.
One of the younger ones, Ketsia.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 7-year-old.
Somebody was saying, I forget who it was, but someone was saying that she calls them littles.
Yeah,
That,
littles. Yeah, littles.
that her
Ketsia.
littles are becoming more active, and they were coming out during her therapy session, which I guess is a good thing.
Yeah, mine was coming out in a therapy session as well.
Okay. Yeah.
And
So.
yeah, they were coming out in therapy. One came out in therapy last week. What the hell?
It wasn't me, so I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah. I know we had a lot of feedback last night in Joy's group or whatever,
Yeah.
because we had about 9 or 10 folks or whatever, and everybody's got different things going on, and we kind of fixed it toward the end.
Yeah.
So, but I always reckon.
Must be at Chance's end because it's not me.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't hear any feedback, so it could be me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've got my headphone thing going on, so
I've got my headphones on.
Yeah,
so do I.
Okay, then it could just be the system, because like I say, we couldn't figure out what was going on last night, but there's so many connections and so many different phone companies involved or whatever, and I think all it would take would be one bad connection that would probably mess up the whole works.
Yeah.
So,
stupid dump of a damn system.
Yeah. Well, Joy got a new computer. I don't think he's got it figured out yet. And then Blue, and don't think his service provider is very good. He has AT&T.
No.
He has AT&T, and so
they're ridiculous.
Yeah. So he was having to back out and come back in, and Ollie the same way. Ollie was trying to have him to back out and come back, and that also could be a factor of the weather,
Yeah.
I know my service is worse, and even though it comes to the telephone lines, my service is worse when there's a bad storm.
Yeah.
So there's got to be a satellite link someplace.
Well, I wasn't sure I was going to be able to make it to this one again because we had a transformer blow about an hour before the hangout was supposed to start.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's annoying.
So we were out of power.
Oh my
God.
God.
And my computer does not like to run unless it's plugged in.
Yeah.
So
Same here.
That's not
Same
good.
here. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you got your power back on. Normally, when our power goes out, it'd be out for like 2 hours, and you could set your time, your clock by it or whatever, because they'd have to come out or whatever, and then which maybe took like maybe a half hour, and then they'd have to fix it. But I think some of the infrastructure in our neighborhood was kind of old, and so I think they replaced it. So now when the power goes out, it could be back in a half hour. So
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah,
When we had that big storm about a week and a half ago, or a week ago, there was so much rain, the ground was so saturated that power lines were just falling over.
oh yeah, yeah. That was a big worry around here too because
Not good.
no, and you know we had a lot of high water rescues or whatever, and the guy was saying, "Nah, you have to worry about the snakes, number one,
Hmm.
and then you have to worry about the down power lines and everything." So they were getting everybody to higher ground. So
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
I saw one power line that was just leaning
yeah,
because the lines themselves didn't break when it fell.
oh yeah,
So
Yeah.
the lines were holding it up,
yeah.
and they had it cordoned off with caution tape.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
That's
Well, I
not
know
good.
when Hurricane Ike came through or whatever, it took out a lot of power poles or whatever. We had a
Hmm.
lot of situations like that, and they had to issue special permits so they could use temporary poles, you know, till they got the other ones fixed. So,
Yep.
and then I think what they're doing is they're putting most of it underground. So, or more and more of it underground,
Yeah.
which you know creates another problem because
Yeah.
when somebody digs, they invariably dig into one of these hot wires. So
But also, if they're underground, it'd be kind of hard to know where exactly the problem is.
yeah, yeah,
So you got to dig till you find the problem.
yeah, yeah.
And how long would that take?
I don't know. I don't know how they do it or
Ages.
whatever. Yeah, I don't know.
Ages.
I don't know how. And plus, if it's flooded and then the power's underground, I mean, you're not going to fix it for a while.
Yeah.
So. But here in Houston, like I said, we've got the hurricane season coming up in 2 days, so everyone's getting prepared for that or whatever. You always
Yeah.
make sure you have a full tank of gas or whatever, and you always make sure you have a destination of somewhere to go. So
Yeah.
I know when Ike came through, I had a friend that was living in either Port Aransas or the Beaumont area,
yeah, yeah,
and she ended up having to drive all the way to Oklahoma
yeah,
to
yeah.
find a
Oh
hotel.
my God.
Well, our closest relatives that are not in the state of Texas are in Knoxville, Tennessee. So that's probably where we would wind up,
Yeah.
and we would take. And our plan has always been to ride the storm out, and then the next day try to leave if things were not better or whatever. Because what happens
Yeah.
here is, well, we had the first. I think Ike was the first mandatory evacuation.
Yeah.
No, I take that back. Rita was,
Mhm.
and that was horrible because everybody got into every car they had, and they put every boat they had behind their car or whatever, and they just got on the roads, and it was like gridlock for like 12 hours. I heard about people getting trapped on the road in between here and Austin, and they were on the
Oh my
side of the
God.
road for like 12 hours. And I'm like, you know, and the thing with a hurricane is once it hits land, it'll spawn tornadoes. So
Yep.
you're stranded on the side of the road, and here comes a tornado at you or whatever. And so my family, we just decided, hey, we're going to ride the storm out or whatever. And then depending on how bad it was the next day, then we would make plans to move. But people around here
Yeah.
get freaky. People around here get freaky. In Florida, I think they're more ready for it or whatever. They have the contraflow traffic or whatever, and everybody just gets on the interstate and they go to Georgia or whatever.
Mhm.
But here that was like the first time we had a mandatory evacuation. where you were ordered to leave your house, and it was just wild. I think they've gotten better. Ike was a little bit better, but even
Is
so,
it 9 o'clock yet?
Yes.
I believe it is. I believe it is. So go ahead and do what you need to do there. And but anyway, I think we have contraflows now that if there's a hurricane, all traffic on 45 and will be northbound. There'll be no southbound traffic. So that's a good thing. And then people need to realize that you don't need to take every vehicle you have or whatever. You know.
They just don't want to lose their other vehicle.
I know, but I mean, you got
the main purpose is human life.
Yeah,
property can be replaced.
And that's where you make your priorities or whatever. And but I think it was when Rita hit. We had a lake house on Lake Livingston, and that's where we would have gone. And of course, that's where Rita wound up going or whatever. And there was a lot of damage on that dam. So our backup plan would not have worked. So but I hope we don't get one this year or whatever. So
or at least a bad one.
Yeah. Normally the bad ones.
Like a tropical storm, we can deal with.
Well, you say that, but then we had a tropical storm called Alicia about 10 years ago, and she came on shore or whatever, went above Houston, and then came back down and set over Houston for like 24 hours. And
oh wow!
I remember all the medical center flooded, and they lost the power, and the backup generators were in the basement, and so the basement flooded. So they ran out of power twice. I mean, that was just a mess, and that was from a tropical storm. It was all water damage, no wind damage. It was all water damage. So
okay.
But see, Houston's like a platter. It's just this real flat, and if you get more than 1 inch an hour of rain, you have a pretty good chance of flooding. You know.
I mean, the lakes in Central Texas are up by like 6 feet.
Well,
6 to 12 feet.
I heard Lake Travis was full now.
It made it to full?
That's what I heard. I heard that they were letting the water out of it or whatever, you know.
I'll have to look it up.
I mean, it may have not been Lake Travis, but I know one of the lakes in Central Texas, maybe it was up by Dallas, but one of the lakes that was down by like 75%. I mean, all this rainfall last month filled it back up to more than 100%. So, so hopefully our drought is over.
I know they were saying that we were still in a drought and we're still under water restrictions, but I'm sitting here like, how can we be? With this amount of rain, how can we still be in a drought?
Well, that's just the wheels of government moving very, very slow or whatever. I'm sure they have another meeting or something, and then they'll relax the water regulations or whatever. So there you go. But now Blue lives out. He lives out toward El Paso, and I don't think they've gotten any rain out of this.
Yeah.
So he may have water rules on how he can use his water or whatever. But El Paso is one of the best cities in the country for water conservation. They irrigate everything, and they don't waste a drop of it. So, and you don't see a lot of grass in El Paso. They do they call it the water-free landscaping or whatever. So they're very, very good about that.
Yeah, we've been tempted to do that to our backyard.
Yeah.
Xeriscaping.
Yeah.
But we haven't done it yet because it costs a lot of money to get all the grass up and get all the rocks down and all that stuff. Yeah. So.
Well, see, that's what happens in California. In California, they put all the grass out, all the shrubs and everything, and then you know, they don't water it, so everything gets dry and brittle, and you're just asking for a fire at that point or whatever. So
Yep.
so you've either got to do one. If you have green stuff, you gotta keep it watered, or you gotta go the other way and just be, you know, the desert landscaping or whatever it's called. So
Yeah.
but we've been pretty lucky, you know. I guess it was 2 or 3 years ago they had all the fires or whatever, and it got
Yeah.
within like 10 miles to my house. I mean, we got one of them robocalls that said we had to leave, and my father said, we're not going to leave until someone knocks on the door. And I'm like, okay. And of course, they were able to keep it from getting here. But I know that park, there's a park out toward central Texas that like 60% of the trees or something burned down.
Out in Bastrop?
Yeah. Something like that.
Pretty much 75% of Bastrop itself burnt down.
Okay, I was thinking it was something like that or whatever, but
most of the city got taken with that fire.
Okay, but I know Texas is just a weird place to live. You can have floods and drought all in the same year.
Yep.
Can you?
So, oh yeah.
Like, they say if you don't like the weather in Texas, wait 30 minutes and it'll change.
Yeah, exactly. I tell you something else. When you live close to the ocean, 35 degrees. Well, 35 degrees in Atlanta is warmer than 35 degrees in Houston. And I think it has to do with all the moisture in the air or whatever. You know, I mean, it gets down to 35 degrees and you're chilled to the bone or whatever, you know.
And I used to think it was really humid here in Central Texas.
Yeah.
And then I went to Houston one summer.
Yeah.
Because my best friend, her fiance was in jail in Harris County.
Yeah.
And she wanted to go visit him and take the kids to go visit him. And she wanted me to go with her, even though we didn't know if I was on the visitation list.
Yeah.
As it turned out, he had put me on the list, but I pretty much sat in the car the entire time, and I had to have the AC running. It was so humid.
Oh yeah. They you can't even leave your dog in the car.
The air conditioning.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know people are real bad about taking their dog to the store or whatever, and just running in and a lot of times when they come out, there's a cop waiting on them. Why did you leave your dog in the car? You know. Yeah, but the weather here, you don't mess with the weather here in Texas, man. You take.
I am one of the people that if I see a dog in a car, I will go into the nearest store and have them make an announcement. If you left your dog in the car, come outside now, or someone's going to break your window.
Yeah.
Because I will break a car window to get a dog out if I have to.
I think technically the protocol is you're supposed to call a police officer.
Yeah.
Because there was someone in Georgia that broke a window out to save a dog or whatever, and now he's got a big fine, you know. Which, I mean, he did the right thing, but I think the protocol is you call a police officer, you call 911 and tell them what the situation is.
But I mean, if you look in the car and the dog's not panting anymore,
yeah,
you don't have time to wait for a police officer.
Yeah, I know. That's a tough call. So, but that's the thing. You know, when I was a kid, we never took our dogs anywhere.
Yeah.
They stayed at the house. You know, they were supposed to guard the house. They weren't supposed to guard the car or be a traveling companion or whatever. But now that's what they are. So we want to take them everywhere. So
I mean,
I take my guide dog everywhere because she helps me to see, but I never leave my guide dog in the car.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Because she's allowed to go inside with you.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
She's a working dog, so that's
Yeah.
entirely different or whatever. But people
I'd
take little
never leave her in
foo-foo.
the car.
But
I
people
mean,
take
I would qualify for a service dog because of the DID and the anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
But living with my mom, I'm not allowed to have a dog
yeah,
Yeah.
because it's my mom's house.
yeah,
So I'm not even going to attempt to get a service dog until I have my own place.
yeah,
But it's the same idea as a seeing eye dog. It
Yeah.
can go anywhere with you.
yeah. When I worked in retail, I worked at Sam's Club or whatever, and it got ugly there for a while, and we were told the directive come. Well, the manager didn't want dogs in his store or whatever, and so
Well,
the
tough
directive.
shit.
The directive from him was if the person's not blind, they're going to have to get the dog out of the store. And someone called on him or whatever, and the word came down from on high that all we were allowed to do was go up to the person and say, hey, is this your guide dog? If they said yes, then that was it. Case closed.
You can't even ask what the disability is for why they have the dog.
No,
You
but
can't
no,
even
no.
ask that.
But corporate said corporate told us we could ask them if it was a guide dog. Ma'am, is this your guide dog? Sir, is this your guide dog or whatever? And they said yes, then that was fine, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Because I've seen on TV on What Would You Do, a person that had a service dog for physical disability but not blindness,
yeah,
and they staged a server at a restaurant telling him to get the dog out of the restaurant, and
man.
him throwing a hissy fit on, well, this is my service dog, I'm allowed to have him here.
Yeah,
And what would the other customers do? And one of the customers came up who happened to work in law enforcement, and he's like, you can't kick the dog out of the store.
No, you can't kick the dog out the store, no.
yeah. Well,
It doesn't matter what the disability is, the dog is allowed to be in there.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, we had a lady, she trained service dogs, so she had no disability at all, but every week she'd bring in a new dog because she was training the dog. So that was her job. So of course.
Just hang on a minute, Marvin. I'm just going to ask my mum for a drink. Mum, can I have a drink, please, to take my tablet? Can I have black currant, please, or water? We're talking about guide dogs at the minute. Yeah.
Tuesday night.
Yeah, me and my guide dog's back on. I don't know, but he told me it's back on. We're talking about guide dogs. Sorry it's gone on for so long again. Yeah. Can I have a drink, please?
Yeah, just give her a second.
I'm just getting a drink, Marvin. Sorry about this.
Oh, no problem at all. We're low key here today, so.
Yeah.
But there again, if she was asked, if this was a guide dog, her answer would always be yes. So.
Yeah.
Because it is.
Yeah.
They have to be trained somehow.
Yeah, and I think more stores are becoming more open to that or whatever. Mm-hmm. And the dog is not there to make a scene or to be played with or whatever. He's actually doing a job.
Yeah.
So they're well trained.
It's against the law to refuse a guide dog.
When I would ride on the bus, the guide dogs would get on the bus and immediately get under the bench.
Yeah. Right.
Because they're trained, if they ride a bus, to get under the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they just sit there, and kids would inevitably reach out to pet it.
Yeah.
And the owner would just be, no, he's working right now, you can't pet him.
Yeah.
I
know a lot of times people will have like a little tag or something that they put on the dog that they'll let people know or whatever. I think that's probably a good idea.
It also lets the dog know that they're at work.
Yeah.
Because when they're at home, they don't wear the vest.
Yeah, there you go.
So the vest is actually a cue to the dog that I'm at work
Yeah.
now. I need to behave.
Mhm.
Exactly. Because when they wear the harness, they know they're working.
Yeah. And that's how the dog is trained.
Yeah.
The dog is trained to know that the harness means work.
Yeah. Because when they're not in harness, they know that it's playtime, or they know they're not working.
Yeah. And you have to give them time to play.
Yeah.
And my
It's a
sister was
reward
actually
for doing a job.
my sister was married to a paraplegic for a little bit, or a quadriplegic, and he had a
Yeah.
service dog that
Yeah.
if a older kid came up and asked if they could pet the dog, he would call Jake over, take his harness off, and then
Yeah.
let the kid pet him. But as long as the harness was on, he could not get petted.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But Josh would take his harness off so that kids could pet him.
Yeah.
And Jake understood as soon as the harness was coming off and he was still in public, he was about to get some loving.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Oh. Whoa. Lightheadedness coming on.
Is that going to be a switch?
It's Christian.
Hey, Christian.
Christian.
Hey.
So
we
you
were
had
just
your
talking
meds.
about guide dogs.
Yeah, I've had my meds.
Okay.
We were
And
just
like-
talking about
Guide
guide
dog
dogs.
ourselves.
Christian.
We have a guide dog ourselves.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Cassie. Yeah.
How old is your
Yeah,
guide
but-
dog?
She's nearly 4.
So she's still got a few good years in her for working.
Yeah, we've had her 2 years on Saturday.
Nice.
Next week. She's our first guide dog.
Yeah, I want to get a service dog, but it's a little complicated to get when it's not
When
a
it's not your
common
place.
disability.
Yeah, when it's not a common disability, yeah, I get it.
But I would qualify for the DID and the anxiety because
Yeah.
having a dog with me in public would make it easier for me to be in public.
I got her because of my blindness, my DID, and my anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can train a dog to notice when you're having a panic attack.
Yeah.
And if the dog's small enough, they'll just jump in your lap and kind of love on you a little bit till it's over.
Mhm.
Yeah. Cassie does that, yeah. Uh-oh, I'm seeing purple lights. Uh-oh. Sick of this.
So do you have some vision but not all, or?
Yeah, I can see colours and large objects and light and dark and
Okay.
stuff, but I can't see people's faces, can't see space, can't see a lot of things, but
But you can see enough to know if you're going to bump into something.
no.
No?
I can see if I'm falling off my bed, but I can't see. I can see close up if I'm going to bang into something, but I can't see far away.
Okay.
No way. Caitlin's coming out now.
Okay.
Hello?
Hey there.
Hello.
Life is a pile of stuff.
We were talking about guide dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we know we know you've got one. So.
She's cute.
Mhm.
She's called Cassie.
Mhm.
She's black. She's a black Labrador. She's nearly 4. She's cute.
Yeah.
She's quite mischievous when she's not working.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. She jumps on the bed. She jumps on the bed.
Wow.
She jumps on the bed and starts cuddling us.
Labradors are kind of puppyish for a while, though.
Yeah, they are.
And they're very sweet.
Yeah.
She's a little spoffer. She's a cheeky spoffer. She knows when we're going to switch because we've trained her to recognise every single one of us.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the benefits of having a service dog when you have DID.
And she knows when you're upset too, right?
Yeah, she knows the depression, she knows the anxiety, she knows the DID, she knows the blindness, and she knows the PTSD as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And she knows when we're going to have a panic attack. She learnt that as well.
Mm-hmm.
And some people underestimate dogs when it comes to how much they can really learn.
Yeah.
But there's a reason dogs are used for service animals.
Yeah. Because they're clever.
Yeah.
They're really intelligent, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, crumbs. I just nearly fell off the bed. Again.
I've heard about dogs that actually learn how to turn a door handle.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've actually seen a story on one of the shows that I used to watch of the owner of the service dog had really bad seizures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the owner went into a seizure and bumped their head, and the dog had been trained to knock the phone off the hook, and they had one button that if it was pushed, it would call 911.
Wow.
Wow.
So this dog was trained to call 911.
And because if it was a landline, they could track it to where it was.
Yeah.
Flaming hell. Flaming hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dog was able to call 911 for the owner.
That's
and
cool.
The paramedics came and everything. Because I think you can also set up if a certain number calls, it pops up with 911
Wow.
what the medical issues are.
Okay.
Like you can set it in the computer system.
Yeah.
So that they know a dog might be calling.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Technologies.
I also heard on the radio this week, a couple days ago, it might have been in my area, it was on a local station, that at a Domino's Pizza, every day for like 4 years, this one lady had called in the same order every morning. It was the first order of the day every morning. And after 3 days of the order not coming through, the driver that always delivered the pizza went by her house and found her on the floor.
Mm.
Flaming hell.
And she called 911. They got her to the hospital. The little old lady's going to be fine.
Mm-hmm.
And this was just because a Domino's Pizza paid attention to their customers.
Yeah.
They knew this order comes in every day.
Wow.
Now it's a Christian radio station, so obviously they looked at it as people caring about other people and stuff like that. But hey, Joey.
Hey, Joey.
Hey, Joey. Hey, Joey.
Were you in the other hangout?
No, I was actually playing a video game. My son wanted to go out and
Hey, Joey, it's...
What?
It's Caitlin, it's one of...
Oh, okay. Hi, Caitlin.
It's one of...
Anastasia. Yeah, but I took my son to the video game store and he was like, I want to go get I want to get a new game, and he was all upset. And something happened earlier today, and he was all alone, and I was here, so I was like, all right, come on, I'll take you over to GameStop. And took him over. He got some games. And bought me a new video game for like $9, and I've been playing that.
I feel a bit, Marvin. I feel a bit lightheaded. I feel a bit lightheaded. Something's gonna happen.
You gonna switch again?
Yeah. Oh, it's Anastasia.
Okay, well, welcome back. We were talking about your guide
Hey.
dogs, and Joy joined us, and so he was telling us about him and his son, and they got a new video game. So
Yeah. Did he?
yeah.
Yeah, I got
Whoa.
him the story. He wanted to get a game. He was in an upset mood and everything. So
Oh, that's not good.
no.
What
So
game did he get?
huh?
What game did he get?
He got that new South Park game, the Wizard thing.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
His mother wouldn't let him get it, but I was with him, so I was like, "Get it, go ahead." Shh.
You always
Not like
give
he
in to
doesn't
him.
have content that he's not familiar with.
I'm the bad one. I'm the one who just says, "Yeah, I just don't care." It's a
Oh,
wanna
spoff it.
play
Just
it?
get the spoffer.
go play it. I don't care. It's your money.
Oh, just get the spoffer.
I mean, if he's paying for it, then y'all really shouldn't be able to tell him what he can and can't get.
That's what I believe in. It's his money. He earned it, and he wanted to get it. So I was like, "Hey, go."
Yeah.
That's what I believe in. If the littles want something and they've got the money, they can get it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I limit my littles to $10 per toy.
Yeah, I limit them to £15.
wait. We're talking about my 12-year-old son, not my littles.
Yeah,
I
I know.
don't have any.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't have any.
Oh, okay.
I don't have any kids. You see, I have inside kids.
Right. I just wanted to make sure everybody understood and didn't think I was just
Yeah.
oh.
No, I have. That's why I said I've got inside kids. You see, I don't have any actual kids.
Yeah, but this is the first time I'm playing a video game in months, and the game's actually pretty fun. I got Thor,
Whoa.
so
Oh,
And at least it's something you can
Boss.
play with him, you know?
yeah.
That
yeah.
reminds
Well,
me.
that's what happened.
That reminds me
Just
of a
fallen
really-
off my bed again. Oh,
That reminds me of a
just
really,
fallen off
really-
my bed again.
That reminds me of a really, really bad joke. Shall I tell it?
Yes.
Go on.
I think I shall. Okay.
Yeah.
The Scandinavian war god stood up and said, "I'm Thor. I'm Thor." His horse looked up and said, "You forgot to put on the saddle, Philly."
Oh crap! I've just fallen off. I've just fallen off my bed again.
You fell off the
Do
bed
you-
again?
Yeah, again.
Is your bed really small, or?
It's big, but I'm on the edge.
Yeah.
I'm
Maybe
sat-
you
I
should
keep-
get in the middle of the bed.
Well, she's been
Stupid
switching.
Anastasia.
she's been switching back and forth. So, and plus
Yeah.
she had to take her meds a minute ago. So
Yeah,
yeah. So
I'm kind of zoned out tonight. Ugh.
no worries, no worries. Well, I know you've got the hay fever, so that's got a factor into it too. But no worries
Yeah.
as long as you're okay. So we want you to
Yeah,
be.
I'm not hurt.
Okay, but we want you to be safe and we want you to be okay. So
I'm not hurt or anything.
yeah,
Just a bit zoned out.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
like
thing
being a
about these.
pilot.
Go ahead.
Just life being a pile of spoff.
Yeah, but that's the thing about these hangouts. If something happens in your house, I really can't do anything about it. You know.
No, you can't.
Yeah. So.
No.
I had a situation the other day where I've been talking to a friend, and she's been thanking me for everything, but she hit rock bottom yesterday, and she's like, "Well, thanks and everything, Joey, but I can't do this anymore, and I can't do that." I said, "Well, if you're talking suicide, I can't help you anymore. I'm sorry, but I have my own altar called death, and I can't do this. I cannot do this. So, you got to make the decisions for yourself."
Do you know what happened to me this week, Joey?
What?
A friend died and an altar died.
A friend died and a what died?
An altar.
An altar died?
Yeah, she's had some changes in her system. So.
Changing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I found out this week that my dad has cancer. So
What's going on?
apparently Mercury is still in retrograde.
Yeah, I heard everybody talking about the astrology stuff. Even I'm backed out the last couple of weeks, and well, the last week's been really hard on me. But
Yeah.
even yesterday, even attempting to try to do something out of my norm, and it messed me all up. But you know, I just keep on pushing forward, and just you know, whatever tries to stop me, I kick it back. You know, I fight as hard as it fights me. I ain't gonna let it.
But the cancer, they think they've got a 90% chance of knocking it out. So
What kind of cancer is it?
Non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
yeah, he's going to start his course of chemo or whatever, which will last probably 3 or 4 months. And like I say, he has an excellent chance of being okay. So
Yeah, we're looking at the bright side of things right now.
You gotta look at the positive. If you look at the negative, then you get negative results. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
So we lost Anastasia. So it must be her bedtime. I know she normally goes to bed after she takes her medication. So
yeah, it's nice for her.
But this has been the one hangout that I haven't had any technical problems, Joey. It's a miracle.
How long have you been running?
We started early. I actually went into Jamal Williams hangout for just a minute, just to say hello or whatever, and try to give him a little bit of encouragement. And I actually met his is going to go on till like an hour and a half after mine is supposed to end. So I think you got an invitation to that. So yeah, I may go over there and hang out with him because I have social anxiety sometimes. I mean, that's what got me into this, to be quite frank about it. There's a cute little girl in my sociology class, and I couldn't say hello to her.
Yeah.
And for the first time in my life, that really bothered me, and that's what got me into this whole thing or whatever. So, so I may go over there and. Chance, did you get an invitation to that?
I don't think I'm friends with him on Google yet.
Yeah, but I think I can send you an invite to the hangout.
Yeah, but I'm sure you would be more than welcome.
She said on chat she can't get back in.
Okay, I'll send her another invitation. I thought she had gone to bed. She has this alarm that goes off or whatever, and when it does, it throws her out.
Got it.
So I'll send her another invitation. I'm getting good at this, sending people invitation stuff. So.
Oh yeah, it gets easier. The more you get used to doing the hangouts.
Well, I was telling Marvin earlier, I've been thinking about starting a hangout, kind of like yours, but earlier in the week.
That'd be good, because the way we got it worked out now so far is just talk to Jamie today. She's going to be doing.
Hello.
Hey, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Oh, couldn't get back in. My phone just sort of. Yeah.
I thought maybe you fell off the bed again.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Cool. Well, we're glad you're back or whatever. Joy was just telling. Joy had a little talk with Jamie today, and he was just updating us on what she's up to. So.
Yeah, so Jamie's going to be running, she's doing the June 1st one. She's going to do the 1st and 3rd weeks of the month.
Is she?
Jessica's going to take the 2nd week, and I'm going to take the 4th week, and on 5th weeks when there isn't any. And then, of course, we got yours every Saturday, Marvin.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I volunteered you again, Joy, without your permission, so I hope you don't mind, But if Chance were to do something once a month, would you be willing to help her out?
Oh yeah, to get started, absolutely.
Yeah, me too. So we're both on board. So if you just want to have a trial run and try it maybe once a month or whatever, and you could plug in with Jessica and Jamie, that would be great. That would be great. That'd be like the answer to our prayers,
Because I was thinking like Tuesdays or something.
Yeah. That'd be great.
I don't think anybody does anything on Tuesdays, to be honest, because Jamie's are on Mondays, Jess's are on Wednesdays, mine are on Friday.
Yeah.
I was gonna try a Thursday.
Well, there you go. So if you doing a Thursday and you doing a Tuesday, everybody's got a week covered. I mean, they covered during the week that anybody can just jump in and do whatever, and
Yeah.
and the hosts don't have to worry about doing it 4 times a week. You got other hosts coming in and doing it. So.
And I don't know if I'd do it every week or certain weeks, but I'd probably do it more like when I have the time.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
if just once a month in the beginning, that'd be a big help. And
Yeah.
and Joy's trying to hook us up with some of the other mental health community people or whatever.
Mhm.
I know Nate's group is going to start having theirs on I think Wednesday. I think she said Wednesday at 4 p.m., which I don't know. I don't know if that was Eastern time or Pacific time or whatever, but
I don't know what time that would be over here because.
yeah. But we're getting organized and we're going to get I don't know, I think things are going well, and we're going to try to do it to where people don't feel overwhelmed or
Yeah.
So much like we know Jamie can only do the 2 weeks. She won't be able to join other ones or anything else because it's too much. She has too much going on in her life.
Well, good gosh, when she started this thing, she was doing 2 a week,
Yeah.
and then
Was
I took
she?
over. Yeah, I took over the Saturday for her because she had some kind of a business thing going on, and so I said, hey,
Yeah.
I'll pinch hit for you or whatever, and it worked out so good that I got the gig. So and but the thing about it, people have to decide what their balance point is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
I try to go to, like, if there's 4 a week, I try to go to 2 of them
yeah,
and take the other ones off.
yeah.
So I'm not in here talking to y'all all week and ignoring my real friends.
Yeah, and that's that's the thing. I mean, if you have a life outside of these hangouts, then then I mean, like Joy today, spend some quality time with his son. I'm all for that, and hanging out with. I know you spent some time with your dad, Chance, because of his diagnosis or whatever. So
Yeah.
I'm all for that, but it's up to everybody to figure out what their balance point is or whatever. Like I'm just an old bachelor.
I can't go to Jamie's hangout on Monday because it's my sister's birthday.
Yeah, well, see, that's fine, and we want you to have a good time at the birthday party or whatever.
It's
So
a family meal, so I can't
there you
really
go.
make it. So
There you go. But
Yeah, and like last night for Joey's hangout, I was hanging out with my AA sponsor.
Yeah.
yeah. So
So-
which is also very important. So, but
And-
that's
I'm sorry, but Chance, that link right there
Yeah?
is the video I made on how to do the YouTube channel, to do the group channels the right way through YouTube.
Okay.
yeah.
So that'll give you a whole, like, you can watch that video and I explain everything on how to set up the Google Hangouts through YouTube and Google Hangouts and how to start it running and everything.
can you
Cool.
explain? Can you get that to me?
The link's there, but I don't know how I can you,
Maybe you could post it to Google Plus.
Yeah.
yeah, I can. Actually, I can. Hold on.
There you go.
I just added it to my watch later list, so.
Yeah. But it's very good, and something that I try to learn one new thing a week or whatever. Like last week or maybe it was the week before, I actually did a screen share, which worked out pretty good. So
All right, I just put it up. It's on Google Plus now too. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Shit, what time is it?
acquired a new. It is 9:40 for you.
9:40. I'm gonna have to go to bed.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, and we hope to see you next week or
Yeah,
maybe
we will
sometime
be here
through the
next week.
Okay.
Well-
Okay. Well, you have a good week then.
Yeah, you too. Night.
Night.
Bye-bye.
Night. Bye.
Yeah, I acquired a new program that I want to try to make videos with that
Yeah.
I saw on Joey's channel, the Manycam.
Yeah.
I'm going to try that, but it looks like it might lag out my camera a little more than normal.
It will. It depends on how your system works. That's all.
Because I run on a laptop, so it's not as fast as it could be.
Right. Well, that's when, as soon as I got the new computer, I've been able to use the software so much better now.
Yeah.
Well, I prefer laptops. To me,
I
they
prefer
just seem.
desktops. I can't stand the laptops are too small of a keypad. I can't use that mouse thing. I have to hook a mouse up to it, and the
I've
monitor.
got a mouse hooked up to mine.
Well,
I
they're saying maybe in 5 or 10 years they won't be making desktops anymore.
Well, yeah. Well, they'll be making the all-in-ones. That's what really everybody's going for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey, I thought it was your bedtime.
Oh, sugar. Oh, sugar. I've joined by accident.
That's no problem. You just came back sooner than we thought you were, so that's no problem. So
I've gone by accident. It's my bedtime.
okay, well,
Night.
sweet dreams.
Night. Bye.
And
Bye. So
But
she
I've got a
figured out-
couple ideas of what I want to do with the Manycam software that I haven't gotten around to trying it yet.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty cool because you can do six cams.
Oh,
So
nice.
You can toggle through, like while you're using the software, you can toggle through all 6 cams. So you can have like the desktop, the background, an app open, this, that, and then you can switch and toggle between them. And that's what I do. You know, I go in and I'll have my camera up, and then I'll transition to the next virtual cam that'll be my desktop. So I can show my desktop, show all the videos on there, and then switch again right back to my cam on the software. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I like the idea of it. It's just I need to see what all I can do with it.
Well, like I said, you can make one video and you'll know. You'll see if there's lag or if it's starting to bog down on you.
Yeah.
And try not to have like too many applications running, because all the system resources, especially with the cam, will really bog it all down.
Okay.
So if you're going to do something, then you're going to use like just a web page to use it, like YouTube, to show different things. Just have YouTube open. Don't open up all the web pages in the background. You know what I mean? And that's about it. Because every site that is updating all the time and all that it'll bog it bad.
Yeah. Like one of the things I want to do is kind of a showing off my DeviantArt page, because I do photo manipulation, stuff like that.
Okay.
And I want to make a video of my page.
Oh, yeah. That'd be cool.
So I can kind of show off all the stuff I have on there. Some of my favorites, like the picture that's showing when I talk, that's actually a manipulation I made.
Okay.
You can't really see it very well with it being that small, but it's got fairies flying around the trees.
Well, yeah, it looks like you can't see their fairy. Well, yeah, you can actually. The top one on the top here, right's like bending over, trying to touch her toes or whatever. The one on the bottom just looks like she's floating upright.
Yeah.
And the other one I can't. It looks like a part of the tree. So.
Yeah. But that's one of the things that I made, and it's one of my favorites actually. Of what I've made.
I think it's cool because you did the whole scroll drawing in the background with the light green, shade green circular too, and all that.
That what photo manipulation is you find stock pictures.
Right.
And the scroll was a stock. The sun rays in the back was a stock.
Okay.
And then the tree and the fairies were 2 different stocks. That I adjusted the colors and everything.
Okay.
And put it together like that.
Gotcha. So it's basically layering images on top of each other and incorporating them together, and then adjusting colors and all that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I use GIMP for what I do. It's it basically has all the same features as Photoshop,
Right.
but it's free.
There you go.
So it's a little harder to use than Photoshop, but you can do all the same stuff. So
It's like 90 degrees up here in this attic.
it's like 90 degrees outside.
I know. And then we're going to be cooling down and, well, actually, yeah, it's 86 right now.
Can you fit a window unit in the window you have up in the attic?
I have a fan in one, and then I have a blanket covering the other window to keep the sun out, so it's just the heat, not the sun coming in, blaring in too.
Okay. So I remember when I was up in New York for a summer, they put a window unit in my room,
Right.
and when you opened the door, like literally there was a wall of condensation because I kept it so cold in that room.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I'm from Texas. I'm used to central air.
Right.
And then going into New York in July, and they were having a heat wave at 85 degrees.
Yeah.
So, and people are like, how do you live in Texas? And I'm like, we have air conditioning everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, our house guest, she likes it to be about 70 degrees, which is too cold for me. I like it about 78. 78 to me is comfortable. If you've got a ceiling fan going and a box fan going, 78 to me is comfortable or whatever. But now I do turn it down. I do turn it down when I go to sleep or whatever because I like to sleep in a. But it's just my bedroom. In my little guest house, my air conditioner is in the bedroom. So and normally during the day it keeps the whole house comfortable, and then at night I close the door and I turn it down a little bit so I can sleep better. So, but
we keep it at 72 at night and like 75 during the day.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable. That sounds reasonable.
Some of my neighbors keep theirs at 68, 67.
Man.
Well, we did have central air in the house, but both units broke. The only thing that they would replace was the heating unit. They would for free. They replaced the one heating unit for free, but they wouldn't. It would cost me. They put the air conditioning unit in, and I was like, I couldn't do it. I didn't have the money, so we just bought window units and put them in the house.
Yeah.
Put them puppies on 68 degrees, and it freezes the whole house up. I want it where I walk in, that from the heat when I walk in, that feels like I just walked into Alaska, and it's like, yes, thank God.
Yeah.
I like walking into a place and having my glasses fog up.
Exactly.
Like, that is the best feeling.
I want it to be freezing cold. I cannot sleep in any kind of heat. If I'm irritated or I get a little bit starting to sweat when I'm sleeping, you can forget about it. I can't sleep. I can hardly sit still when I'm sweating. Like up here right now, that's why I keep on moving. I just down my whole waist tea, and I'm about to go get something cold to drink again because the heat gets to me so bad. It's like,
Well, Marvin,
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
starting to hear thunder.
Oh my gosh, which means we'll probably get it in an hour or two.
Yeah, it's not raining yet, but there's some ominous clouds.
Yeah, but I mean, you get it, and 2 hours later we get it. So thanks for the warning. I think.
Yeah.
Well, that must be with whatever you guys are getting. We got something coming up our coast. I was just looking at the weather for us, and it's like, we got all clear skies except for Monday. Monday we're expecting thunderstorms with 60% humidity, and it's just
a lot of times the stuff that hits us shoots up towards you.
Yeah.
Afterwards,
so it looks, but it's only one day. It looks like we're going to be getting this. So it looks like it's going to be one nasty storm, but it's going to be 80 degrees too. So it's going to be a nightmare.
Yeah.
Humidity is going to be in the air. And I got to be up here at 4 o'clock in the afternoon for Jamie's hangout. I'm going to be sitting there like this.
Well, maybe if it's raining, you could open your window.
Well, do you have a box fan?
Yeah, it's in the window.
Oh, I thought maybe you could put the box fan at the foot of the stairs and blow the cold air up to you.
That's what I was going to try to do, but I don't have an outlet that goes that far to the steps.
Oh, okay.
I only have these short little outlets, so I couldn't do that. And then I had the fan turned for a while, blowing out the window to try to draw up the air.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But everybody downstairs turns their air conditioners on and shuts their doors. It's something like, thanks, guys. Don't leave a door open so I can get some air. It's
Yeah.
open.
But you know what? My great aunt, she had a house, and what she would do is she'd crack the windows maybe 1 inch,
Mhm.
and then in one window she had a box fan turned around to where it was an exhaust fan like you did, and that was enough to keep the whole house cool.
Yeah.
Of course, you know, she had trees all around her, so her house didn't get real hot to begin with or whatever. But
When my
But,
mom was
it
growing
would be-
up, they had one window unit in the living room,
hmm
and they put an oscillating fan
yeah,
at the hallway, and it would blow the cold air all back to the bedrooms.
Yep.
yeah.
Well, yeah.
That was before
Well,
central
the only
air.
way it's dark right now on my cam is because I have there's just two small windows right here. But what I did on this one is I threw a blanket up there and covered the whole window right here, so the sun's not coming in.
Yeah.
So it's bright over there because that's where the fan is, and I got the fan in that window, and I put a darker screen up to try to block a little bit more light. But that's the only light coming in, the sunlight coming in from the outside,
Mm-hmm.
and that's actually kept it cool because it's dark in here, so you don't have the sun beating in and the fan blowing in the blowing in from the outside. It keeps it a little bit cooler in here, but it's still warm. I'm sweating, you know.
Yeah.
That's the only thing about this summer. You got to take like 2 showers a day.
Sometimes here I take 3 or 4.
You have to because you go out and you go out sweating. Once you start sweating and it's muggy, like we get muggy air. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how your guys' heat is, but our heat is muggy. As soon as you step outside, it's like I'm stuck to myself.
I prefer winter because my logic is you can always put more clothing on.
Exactly.
You can only take so much off and still be comfortable.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's like up here. Before I jumped on here, I literally was just laying in my bed right there playing the video game and just had my boxers on. That was it. I was just sitting there in my boxers just because just everything was just too hot. And then when I heard everything ringing, I just threw my T-shirt on and came over here and sat down because it was like, you know, I don't like getting on cam without a shirt on. I'm not like that.
Yeah.
You should totally do a video showing off all your tattoos.
Wow. I think I did.
You did? I'll have to look it up.
I might have. I don't remember now. I know I've done a lot of. I have all the artwork on my Facebook. I can use the Minicam software and use that to show all the because we did since it was done in sessions. I had the before and the afters done.
Mm-hmm.
So when they were first drawn out with the outlines, and then after they were colored in. So you get to see all the detail in them. At least for this arm that had all the work done to it.
Yeah, I've been wanting to get a new tattoo, but I haven't had the money to do it recently.
Well, that's what my son wants for his birthday now. He's turning 16, and he wants to get, he's going to get a heart on his chest with a double ribbon going around it, and he wants his 2 brothers' names on the ribbon. Because he feels,
Nice.
yeah, well, because of everything that happened with me, for like, wow. Well, besides not remembering ever being here for them, like no memories at all of them growing up or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Joey, my oldest, raising my 2 younger ones for me. Even though I was there, I wasn't there, and he was always taking care of them. And then the last 3 years before I woke up, I told them I was leaving. They didn't exist to me. They told me I told them all kinds of stuff, and I hurt them bad. And Joey was taking care of them too. the whole entire time, like a father would. And he considers them. He's like, Dad, I know you're our dad, but my brothers are, they're mine. And he does. That's all he wants on his first 16th birthday is the tattoo of the heart with their two names on it. I
So
can't
you can
believe
get a
that.
tattoo at 16 up there?
Yeah. Well,
Nice.
I know. I got guys that do it on their own and all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm
So
not taking.
not necessarily in a shop.
Yeah, and you can get it. I got a lot of guys. I wouldn't take them to a regular shop to get it done, but I got guys who are going to do, and they'll do it for real cheap too.
Nice.
Yeah, like I literally these two sleeves all together, money wise, is under $1,000,
Nice.
and it's unheard of. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, all three of my tattoos I paid shop minimum for.
Right.
So $50, $60.
Mm-hmm. And you know how much expensive they can get on one piece. Like, for instance, this one here, the whole fight tattoo artwork that goes all up and down. If I were to get it in the shop, you're looking at an easy $500-$600. I paid $125 for it.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So I mean, the guy was the guy who does all my artwork. We grew up in the same neighborhood. We know each other really well, and we would all go over there and get work done from him because it was in the basement of his house, but he was clean as hell. Oh my God, he had everything sterilized, every brand new needles right out of the pack every time. He didn't play around. He was all about
So it's basically a shop, just not in a shop.
Exactly. He just had it all set up in his basement. Now he has his own shop.
Okay. But if you take your son to him, he'd probably still have to do it in his basement.
No. He's still going to do it. Well, he can do it in his shop. It won't make it.
Well, I was going to adjourn this early, and so we head over to Jamal's hangout, but evidently he's already closed his up.
Did he?
Yeah, it ran on YouTube for like 20 minutes or whatever, and then he's already deleted the video. So I hope it went well. I mean, maybe he had to shut it down, bring it back up, or whatever. But I need to touch base with him because if he's going to do one on Saturday and I'm going to do one on Saturday, we could coordinate.
Right.
Like having back to back. So maybe he could start his first and I could start mine second or whatever, or vice versa.
He doesn't have that many viewers, from what I've seen.
Oh, okay.
The one time I went in and he was running it, it was just me and him in there for the first hour.
Okay.
So you guys might be able to collaborate a show together.
Yeah.
Well, I added him on Google Plus.
Yeah.
There's his name in the chat. I added him.
He sounds like a really nice guy. I think I've watched. I've watched one of Jamal's videos, and he sounds like a really nice guy. I've heard nice things about him. So
we had a phenomenal talk when I joined it. It was the first time I was joining him, and we were just talking about social anxieties, what that's like, and he knew I was DID. He doesn't have DID or anything, but he has social anxieties.
Yeah.
And that's what we were just talking about, social anxieties, what it's like, what we both deal with, trying to go outside and dealing with the real world and everything else, and I mean, he's a really nice guy. He really is. He's a really quiet, shy kind of guy. He's like Nat almost. Him and Nat are a lot alike. They're just two different nationalities or whatever. I mean, but they're pretty much like lower key guys, lower talking guys. Very.
Yeah. Yeah. He's in Manchester. I asked him if he knew anybody in Leicester, and he said, "Do you mean Leicester?" I always mix up the English names or whatever, but it looks like it would pronounce Leicester to me, and Worcester. I always try to add an extra syllable, so it's like Worcester or something. But anyway, he's a nice guy, so I need to touch base with him and see.
There's a lot of people that are starting to stretch out now. Like I just from going to his one hangout, I met one of the other ladies that came in, and we started talking. So she wanted to join and become one that started coming to our hangouts. I was like, you're all welcome to. I said, if anything, I'd like to incorporate all the hangouts together so we start getting other members in with different, and then everybody can start finding, you know, it's like anything else. We're all looking for support, but you get along with other people sometimes a little bit different than these people like talking about this. Some people want to talk about this. You know, everybody's different. So the more people that come along, you say, okay, we'll set this group for this one, you know, and then you do that on that group. And then, you know, like you have like, what, the High Chair of Hope you call your show?
Yeah, but it's for politics. It doesn't have anything to do with the mental health. It's just something I do for fun. So.
But that's what I'm saying. Either way, it's something that you can incorporate a topic for. That's like my Friday nights are about whatever, you know.
And sometimes you have a guest.
Yeah, depending on what's going on. If I can manage to get somebody in, I will. If not, we make the best out of it, you know. And that's it. It's for everybody to get together and hang out.
Well, I was telling the gang earlier that this may be the last hangout that I actually bring questions or whatever. So, because I'm running out of questions, but we just may talk about topics or or just whatever we want to talk about or whatever. I'm thinking about also making it like a potluck dinner. Just everybody bring one topic they want to talk about or whatever. So, and that'd make it easier for the host. And I think we could line it up. If people just wanted to do one hangout a month, that would be great because we could still work it out to where people could plug in wherever they wanted to plug in. So.
Well, that's it. Blue, so you know, we were just talking. We got pretty much a schedule now going. Jamie's going to be doing her hangouts the first and third week of the month on Mondays. Jess is going to be doing her hangouts on the third week of the month on Wednesdays. I'm going to be doing the last week of the month on Friday night still. And Marvin's going to have the every Saturday group.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it's not going to be as overwhelming as having to go to 4 shows a week. Instead, we'll have 4 shows a month, you know, and that'll be... And then whoever else wants to host one or do something different, you know, you incorporate it more. Now you don't have to do as many, you know what I mean? Every week you don't have to be dedicated to doing it because somebody's handling it once a week, and you're going to be there anyway, you know? Yeah. I know I'll be at everybody's shows every week, but I don't have to worry about hosting or doing anything or running the live feed or anything, you know? And it'll be easier on everybody.
So let me clarify something, Joy. So you're going to be doing your Friday nights twice a month now? Is that what I understand?
No, only on the last week of the month, unless it's a 5-week month, and then I'll fill in for the extra week that.
Okay, so then you'll do 2 on the 5-week months. Okay. I think I misunderstood you.
It'll be actually on a 5-week month. We'll turn around and I'll be like, Jess, you want to do an extra one or you want me to? She'll be like, I got schoolwork and all this, I can't do it. Okay, I'll do it. Or she might. If I came up with a topic I'd really like to talk about that I didn't get to touch on my show on my week. Can I have the extra week? Sure, you can. Whatever, it don't matter.
Yeah. Because maybe in the summers, maybe she'll have a little bit more time or something. Yeah.
Right, and then I know. What is it? Everybody else is also starting to just put together little community groups for topics. Like Jess is doing the astrology group with her and her daughter. And they got a whole slideshow presentation they're going to be doing and everything. And I told her I'm going there, but I'm just muting my microphone because I know nothing about astrology, so I'm going to learn.
Wow. Yeah, I want to learn it.
But I also told
nothing about it right now.
I told Jess as well, I said what I'm going to start doing, though, is I'm going to start being like her room mod for her. You know what I mean? Because she can't control her social anxieties and the way she is. We talk together, me and her. She has a hard time gaining control of the room once it starts going all over the place and everybody starts talking. And she won't come out and say, okay, well, I was trying to focus on this and just lets the whole group take over. So I said, all right, I'll help you out in that aspect. I said, if I see that the room's being overrun and you can't get your voice in and you start covering back, I'll come in and speak up and say, all right, everybody, listen, hold up. We're going in the wrong direction here. Jess is trying to do a presentation, you know.
Okay. I'm going to stop the live broadcast now so we can just have some private time. So everybody on YouTube, Thanks for watching, and check back with us because we'll have more Hangouts throughout the week and, of course, next week. So thanks, everybody, for watching.